Alright. So this is what, let's see. I talk about presentation, overview web page. Okay, so this is my website, Orion Instruction. Basically, this website is for flight students, my future flight students. I'm not sure, it doesn't look like that. No, there we go. My future flight students, maybe anybody else that wants to learn how to do ground instruction, or have ground instruction. So there's this problem I'm having with W3 schools. I don't really understand why it's happening, but it won't load the preview, and it won't load the shared, hang on. Yeah, it won't load the shared. I don't know why it's doing that. If anybody, can help me with that, that'd be nice. But let's just go through my website. So here we have my website. As you can see, here, we have our nav, and here's our nav up here. So we've got the home page, the private pilot material, so PPL, commercial material, instrument material, CFI material, and then maneuver lessons, and then the About Me page. And we go to the private pilot material. It's just an interview or an introduction to what you have to have. So ACS, kind of saying right here that teaching IRL students with these PowerPoints, so some information is missing in them. So we have Area Operation 1 within the ACS, which is basically just ground instruction. So these are the PowerPoints I made for my CFI check ride. Basically I just made something for everything. So you can click through these, and you can see, I don't know why it's doing that, that's weird, why it's pushing me to the top. But you can go through, you can see all the stuff I've made. You go airworthiness requirements, you can see all the ACS requirements, and then you can start getting into INOP before flight, weather information. Some of this stuff I didn't make, so like water and seaplane, not rated to fly seaplanes yet, so I haven't made anything for that. And then cross-country flying, I plan to make a YouTube video in the future, but I haven't gotten around to that yet. Then we can go to commercial pilot. So here's our CPL. ACS here, you kind of go, it's kind of the same thing as private, where I just talk about some of this stuff. And then here I've added, for the commercial stage, it requires 10 hours of technically advanced or complex aircraft. The arrows are complex, and archers are usually TAA, so technically advanced. And you just kind of go through here, the same thing as before. The PowerPoints. Overview web page. Yep. So I'm just demonstrating my web page, and then we can go to instrument. Oh, see, it's been doing this. I don't really understand why it's doing that, because it's been working. It works when I'm not using W3. So I don't know if somebody knows. I'd love to know how they figured it out. But yeah, I haven't made anything for instruments. I just have this funny cat video. Pretty funny. And then we can go to CFI. So yeah, if I were to go back to home, I click on home, yeah, it does that. I don't know why it's doing that, because everything's hooked up right. Let's see, if we go in here and you click on home, it takes you to href home HTML, which is right here, which works just fine. So I don't get it. I don't get why it's doing that. But we can go through here, certified flight instructor material. So this is as far as I've gotten in my training. So this is all the material I have so far. And then you kind of have, there's two areas of operation really for the ground portion. Area 1, which goes through basically psychology, and then Area 2, which is the same thing as PPL and CPL. Just going through this, all that stuff. Then we can go into maneuvers. So basically, I've made lots of maneuver lessons. So let's it'll load. Here we go. We just go through and we can look at all my maneuver lessons with the PowerPoints that I've made. Which doesn't. There we go. Now it's working. So yeah, This one's cool. I like this lesson because you can see the stall up there. But anyway, so yeah, just going through all the maneuvers I've done. Go arounds, lazy 8s, normal takeoffs, power off stall. Yep. So the maneuver lessons just take you back home, because that's kind of like the end, and there we go, it's done it again for some reason. And then the last page is the About Me page. Look, I'll prove it, right? It works. Where is it? Yeah, see, donate, and then donate. So the About Me page, I took it from the donation lab. I just didn't change the name of it, but it is the About Me page. Like, if you go in there, you see it's about me. My resume is a picture of me on that hike, the Yona mountain hike I did. A little quote from Charles Lindbergh up here, and then you can kind of see flight instructor rating. All about me, where I've worked, and my skills. We have Java, Python, now HTML I've put in there because of this lesson, or this class. And you can kind of see mechanical skills, stuff like that. So yeah, overview, web demonstration, and summary. So the most difficult thing, I would say, that's really annoying. I don't know how to fix that. It's definitely like a W3 thing, but yeah, this was the hardest part. And it's still pretty difficult because I don't know why it's doing that. Like, I've told it to just downsize the images, so I don't know what that's about. But like, when it's full size, it's perfect. So trying to get these in this layout. So when you get into an airplane, this is what you're seeing when you look at the dash, right? You got your airspeed on the left, your altimeter on the right. You've got your attitude indicator, your heading indicator, your turn coordinator, and vertical speed. And I was kind of like, well, I think that'd be kind of cool for a website, right? Because you just look at the dash and you got airspeed, So that was the idea here, but getting these to line up right is the hardest part, and they still kind of line up right until you get to about like iPhone size. That's about iPhone size, and they're kind of like on top of each other, which is annoying. But and then what's the next? Oh yeah, and then getting these PowerPoints to show up was an ordeal, and they also don't. Because there's absolutely no way. I spent like 4 hours trying to get them to size correctly, and they wouldn't size. But yeah, that was the hardest part, just getting these. Because I spent hours making these. It took about a year for me to get my CFI, and it was just making these PowerPoints. But yeah, getting this to work, the Google Slides, was the hardest part, I'd say. Yeah, that's it.